If trouble never hangs around when he hears this mighty sound.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. Yes, sir, when there is a wrong to right, Mighty Mouse will join the fight. On the sea or on the land, he gets the situation well in hand.
So though we are in danger, we never despair, 'cause we know that where there's danger, he is there.
He is there on the land, on the sea, in the air. We're not worrying at all. We're just listening for his call.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. We're not worrying at all. We're just listening for his call.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Good morning, welcome to Back to the Shack. I am your host, Big Bad Warrior Galuki. Yeah, that's me. Big and bad, like the Big Bad Wolf, only not as scary and twice as lazy. That's me. Oh, I hope everybody enjoyed their day off for me yesterday. I was so congested. It was just so brutal. It got to the point where I could barely, breathe, but I could still, somewhat talk. But it was just excruciating because it wound up affecting my work because the congestion kind of spread to my lower back. And from there, it just the shit literally hit the fan. Literally. Oh. That was the Mighty Mouse theme, of course. Just, I wanted to play something extremely random that you would never expect to hear me play. And, of course, I picked the best cartoon in the world, Mighty Mouse. And I like that theme song. I like the cartoon, mainly because, yeah, that's right, I still watch cartoons, but I watch the older cartoons, like I watched the original Popeye. For fuck's sakes, I have the Popeye soundtrack from the motion picture on vinyl. Yeah. So, needless to say, I love me some old school cartoons. Because right now, cartoons are just fucking dumb. They're so dumb. I don't know what the hell happened to the world where they just repackage old TV shows and try to modernize it, and it just comes off as bad. And then there's people like, oh, well, it's better than the racist crap that they used to use. How come you never saw a black person on the Flintstones? I don't know, because if Flintstones didn't I don't even know where Bedrock is, actually, but that is a valid point. How come there is no black people in Bedrock? Goddamn racist Hanna-Barbera. How come all the evil people that were depicted in Scooby-Doo were the bad guys? Wouldn't you think they would be best friends with Scooby and Shaggy? I'm honestly not even 100% certain that there was any diversity in the cartoons back then. But there sure is diversity now, and I can't understand. Well, I really don't understand. I don't understand why everything needs to be modernized. Everything needs to be redone, repackaged, and thrown in our faces. What's done is done. You can't really change it, and if you do try to change it, you just come off looking like a horse's ass. Okay, so what's the date today? I believe it's the 11th. Okay, yeah, so it is October 11th, 2018, and this is a long fucking week for me because I had Sunday off. Like, I had Thanksgiving dinner. I had dinner with my family. And you gotta love your family, because if you don't have your family, then you're just, I don't know, you're just pretty much fucked. And then you find yourself living in Alberta, of all places, questioning, holy fuck, what? I wish I had my family. And there's a thing about sibling rivalry. It doesn't happen so much anymore, but it was an occurrence back in the early 90s. Like, growing up with my brothers, it was all about, attention. Who got the attention, who wanted the attention, who craved the attention, who deserved the attention from our single father. And we all equally got the same amount of attention, just on certain days, not so much. But, that was back then. Now it's a different story, and times have changed. And I kind of, I look at it this way. I need to modernize my life just a little bit. And I did that by doing something I never thought I would do. I didn't realize this, but I saw somebody using their phone to make a purchase. I was like, the kind of fucking witchcraft is that shit? Is he stealing shit? He just tapped his phone on that fucking Interact thing, and he's taking off and not doing anything. He paid, sir. Oh. What? How? He just uses his goddamn fucking phone. That's not paying for shit. All he's doing is showing you that he has a phone. No. You can use your phone to make purchases using Wi-Fi or the network. I looked at him like a child finding out that Santa Claus wasn't real. I was scared shitless. I couldn't lie. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? You can do that? And then my manager confirmed it, and I was just like, oh shit, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. And it's probably been the worst move I could ever done, is put my faith into technology, because of course, me doing something means I have to overuse it and eventually kill it. I believe I'm the only one that has ever killed the tap on their card. I'm destined to destroy the tap on my phone. I probably won't. Okay, so lately I've been watching a lot of House of Commons videos, trying to pay attention to Canadian politics just a little bit. And I'm watching the leader of the Conservative Party, Andrew Scheer, and he's asking Prime Minister Trudeau legitimate questions as to government spending and overspending. And Justin Trudeau doesn't answer any of his questions. He doesn't. He just tiptoes around them and just ignores the main question and starts spouting off a bunch of nonsense. Right. I don't understand. Because he's asking... Because Andrew Scheer at one point asked him, he's like, how can you, explain the fact that you raise taxes by 1%, federal tax 1%, and not tax the wealthy like you said you were going to do? He tiptoed around it and said, oh, the Conservative government did this for 10 years. Dude, that was 10 years ago. That was within the past 10 years. This is 3 years later, and you have done nothing. You have done nothing to help the middle class in Canada. I'm being single and living in Manitoba, and earning the same wage, earning minimum wage, which is the same in Newfoundland, which doesn't have the same populace as Manitoba, and shares the same populace as Saskatchewan. But Saskatchewan's making, I believe it's $11.15, $11.25. No, it's $11.20. How is these two main keys to our structure as a country being treated like the armpit of the country? And I had a conversation with a customer I think it was a couple weeks ago, and the customer told me that I should really think about running for the New Democratic Party and being being the leader of them. And I'm like, no, that just requires a lot of fucking work and intelligence, and I'm lacking, all of the above. And they're like, no, like, look at our prime minister. He's a complete fucking joke. He's a complete jackass. He doesn't have... Yeah, he has his high school education, but he dropped out of law school. He's a failed science teacher. He's a failed TA. And his main political promise was, I will legalize marijuana and regulate it and pass the proper regulations. All he did was sign a fucking piece of paper saying that it's legal. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take it from organized crime, but become the biggest drug dealer in the country. That's what Andrew Scheer was scared. That's what the Conservative Party and NDP were scared of when they proposed the legalization of marijuana, is that they weren't going to pass the proper regulations. They were going to pass it for recreational purposes. Well, all that meant is it's decriminalized. You can't smoke it, like I've said this numerous times, in Winnipeg, Manitoba. You cannot smoke weed in public. You can only purchase it in designated areas, and you get the same treatment as if you were supplying alcohol to minors. And if you're caught doing that, that's an automatic 10 years in jail. Wow. Isn't that the same as, before? Like, nothing's changed. It's just, you can purchase it, but you can't let it be known that you smoke it. So, people are supposed to be proud to be cigarette smokers and walk around puffing on a cancer stick. And people that are walking around smoking a joint, they get shunned. Justin Trudeau, you're a fucking knob. But yeah, I have no aspirations of running for any form of government. I joke about, starting up my own party and calling it the Balmoral Party, but I just like making fun of Trudeau because he's a fucking wiener. And like I said, I show no respect for anybody that got their ass kicked by Chandler Bing.
Sie mit mir den früheren Oscar-Gewinner Robin Williams.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny! Times have changed, our kids are getting worse. They won't obey their parents, they just wanna fart and curse. Should we blame the government or blame society? Or should we blame the images on TV? Now, blame Canada! Blame Canada! It seems that everything's gone wrong since Canada came along. Blame Canada! Blame Canada! We need to form a full assault! Don't blame yourself for your son Stan. He saw that darn cartoon and now he's off to join the Klan. And my boy Eric once had my picture on his shelf, but now when he sees me he tells me to myself. Blame Canada, blame Canada, because when Canada is gone, there'll be no more Celine Dion.
Oh yeah, that's enough of that. That's Blame Canada. That was years ago at the Oscars when Robin Williams performed Blame Canada from South Park's Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I'm just so scared about getting, in trouble for copyright infringement. I really am. So I only, when it comes to South Park clips or anything related to South Park, because I know how terrified Matt Stone and Trey Parker are. So I'm just gonna, being a Canadian, I blame Canada for everything. Yeah. But I don't blame Canadians. I blame our government for everything. Not about my life, just the way this country is going and society's going. There's a whole whack of shit that I accuse. I blame technology for the downfall of socialization in society. People can't take 2 seconds away from their phone to actually have a conversation. And it's kind of sad, but, hey, what are you going to do? You got to roll with the punches. You got to go with the times. Even if you refuse, even if you hate it, you have to go with the times. You have to adjust, you have to adapt, you have to be normal, and you have to function as a human being.